he had then from Ustad Ali Akbar Khan all the highest values of aesthetics, matchless aesthetics. He always mentioned that without Ustad Ali Akbar Khan's help, he wouldn't have had light.
When you hear Nikhil's music and you hear Khan Sahib's music side by side, you see the similarity. Means how to proceed from one note to another, very calm and quiet and very dignified. Each note has so much depth.
Most disciples seem to be helplessly caged in the technique and mannerism of their respective gurus. They can't develop a strong enough musical personality to break away from the bond and be themselves. Nikhil did this wonderfully.
He grew up with the tradition, understood the tradition, derived all that was good and great, and then assimilated elements that could only enrich his music.
He has shown that you can maintain the right balance between traditionalism and an open approach. He really mastered the framework upright first and then held it in whichever way he wanted to.
At the time Nikhil Banerjee was emerging as a mature artist, the world of classical Indian sitar was dominated by two musical giants and very influential figures, Vilayat Khan and Ravi Shankar. Vilayat Khan, from a family of accomplished musicians, was known for his incredible lyricism and astonishing technique on the sitar. Ravi Shankar, once a dancer, was known both for his classicism and innovations, as well as his rhythmic virtuosity.
Vilayat Khan and Nikhil went to the same school, and he used to visit Ustad Vilayat Khan's house, and whenever Pandit Ravi Shankar came to Calcutta, he used to see him.
These two dominant forces, Ravi Shankarji and Vilayat Khan, they were the most popular known musicians with distinctive styles of their own, and it was a difficult time for Banerjee to make his place between these two.
He worked so hard in order to reach to their level, but at the same time Nikhilda also knew that Nikhilda will have to do something else, because if he follows only Vilayat Khan Sahib, he will never be Vilayat Khan Sahib. If he follows only Pandit Ravi Shankar, he will never be Pandit Ravi Shankar. He will have to find his own way.
He said he had to cry nights after nights just with himself to really find out what could make him really unique. He modified his stand a little bit. Then he said, well, you have to have certain models.
He experimented with different kinds of sitars. He eventually ended up using a quite heavy sitar with quite heavy strings to achieve a long sustain. He also absorbed influences from other musicians.
Annapurna Devi, the younger sister of Ali Akbar Khan and also a disciple of her father Alauddin Khan, became a master of the Surbahar, in essence a bass sitar. The Surbahar traditionally was played slowly as a solo instrument during the alap, or the invocation segment of a raga, without tabla drum accompaniment. Throughout his life, Nikhil Banerjee would come to her for continued learning.
Annapurna Devi was the person who made him have a much bolder right-hand stroke, because she was essentially a Surbahar player, and hence she had this bold right-hand stroke, which could then, in combination with the thicker string, really sustain the sound for very long.
He wanted to learn her depth of experience and depth of music, or the feelings, or the aesthetic senses, spiritual senses.
His style was neither the style of Ali Akbar or Annapurna or Alauddin Khan. It was a style of his own, in which diverse influences and techniques and styles were combined and made into something different.